boy out there, can you just do me a favor and say, hello?
And if you're a girl out there, I want you to shout, hey, hey, hey!
Oh, that was nice. Hey, guys.
Miss Delaney and Pastor Jonathan here.
Boys and girls, it's been storming all night. I think
we're gonna
be up here for a while.
Yeah, we're stuck.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Pastor Jonathan, Mr. Elijah. Miss Delaney, can you help me?
With what?
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, sorry. Come on. Wow, you're
Slippery. Very slippery.
pretty wet. Yeah, that's gross.
What are you doing out there? It's a tsunami.
Well, I found this game called Joshua.
Nice.
And I knew the Nintendo was up here, all the way up here. And I was climbing up, and all of a sudden it just it started storming, and now I'm all wet.
Are you crying?
No.
Well, it's okay, all right? Don't worry about it, buddy. You're up here, it's raining. We got nothing else to do. We should play your game.
Okay.
Put it in.
Let's do it.
Good.
Oh yeah, very important. Whoa! Where did he go?
No way.
Hey, Mr. Elijah, he's like really tiny in there. Let me see this. Let's see. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Mr. Elijah, it looks like we're gonna actually have to beat the game to get you out.
Yeah, and there's like more than one level too.
Yeah, this is gonna take a while, boys and girls. Tell you what, Miss Delaney, you start with level 1. I'm gonna get the snacks because you can't play video games without snacks.
You're right. Hey, will you grab me those honey barbecue chips?
Sure.
All right, level 1, Joshua the spy. Now it looks like this is gonna start by giving us a little backstory on how we even got to level 1. So there's this guy named Abraham, and Abraham was chosen by God to be the father of God's people, which meant he went from having 0 kids to having like 1,000,000 kids. Talk about a level up. And look, there's little Elijah as one of the Israelites. He's gonna be Joshua. Everyone say, what's up, Joshua? I don't think he heard you. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. What's up, Joshua? Nice. Okay, then the Israelites reached a really, really hard level. They were slaves. But God is so good. He chose Moses to help lead the Israelites out of slavery and take them to the promised land. The best level ever. So they set off and they had to go through the wilderness for 40 years. That's like 40 hard levels of hunger and thirst and exhaustion. Yeah, not fun. Okay, so now we're in level 1, where they are in the wilderness, and Moses chose 12 spies. Everyone say 12 spies. Right, he chose 12 spies to go and check out the promised land. Turn to your neighbor and say, boo-doo-doo. Oh yeah, Joshua was one of those 12 spies. Okay, so when the spies got to the promised land, it was flowing with milk and honey and fruit, but there were some bad guys, the Canaanites, and they were really, really big and really, really scary. So then the 12 spies went back to Moses to report what they saw, and 10 of them were like, nope, we'll never make it. We'll never defeat the Canaanites. But Caleb and Joshua were the 2 spies that says, nonsense. We can overcome it. We can take these guys. Okay, hang on, boys and girls. I have to press pause on this game real quick. Caleb and Joshua, we're talking about the same promised land, right? With the Canaanites. You guys, you saw the Canaanites and how big and scary they were, right? Are you sure? Okay, so even though the Canaanites were really, really scary, Joshua and Caleb had more courage than the other 10 spies. But how? Turn to your neighbor and say, how? Right. How did they have courage? Well, lean in super close for me, boys and girls. They had faith. Caleb and Joshua chose faith over fear. They believed, without seeing, that God was way more powerful and that he was in control. So they weren't afraid of the Canaanites. Now, next up, they were called to camp outside of the promised land. And there, Moses called them to obey all God's commandments, which meant that they had to be obedient to these laws, these commandments, so that everyone could see what God was like. Now, pause again. You too, boys and girls. Sit up straight and tall for me and freeze. Obedience is probably like the hardest level to beat ever. I mean, think about it. Isn't it hard to not hit your sister when she's getting on your nerves? Isn't it hard to tell the truth when you really just want to look cool in front of your friends? Isn't it hard to stop playing video games when your mom's telling you to come outside and have dinner and spend time with the family? It's hard. But that is why Jesus gave us his Holy Spirit to be our helper when it's hard to obey and show people what God is like. That's why he gave us his Holy Spirit, to help us when it's hard. But let's be honest, sometimes we fail at these levels. Sometimes we don't obey God. And Moses, he definitely failed at obeying God. And he was not able to level up and go into the promised land. Bummer. So now, looks like Israel needs a new leader. They need someone to rise up, level up, and lead. So God chose, drumroll please, he chose our faithful friend Joshua to lead the Israelites into the promised land. A simple choice that Joshua made a big difference. The choice he made in the beginning of level 1 to have faith over fear made a huge difference. His faith helped him level up. Oh yeah.
Oh, nice! Level 1 complete.
Yep.
I want to play level 2. Here you go.
Trade you. Okay, boys and girls, we are gonna continue to follow little Joshua, as he levels up. But for now, I want you to think about you. Do me a favor, close your eyes. No peeking. You got them closed? Okay, keep them closed. Now think about you. Don't think about Joshua. Don't think about your friend sitting next to you. Think about you. What level are you on? Are you moving up a grade? Maybe you feel like you're stuck on the same level. Maybe you're afraid, like those 10 spies, of the next level, and you're afraid of what's gonna happen next in your life. Maybe you feel like you're stuck on a really hard level of obeying God and following his commands. Now, I want you to think about God. Think about how big he is. Think about how God is in control. Think about how God is right there with you, helping you as you level up. Now I want you to imagine this. Imagine that God is saying to you the very same words that he told Joshua as Joshua was leveling up. He said, "This is my command. Be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." That is Joshua 1:9. You are going to want to remember those words. That's why it's our Bible table verse. Now, open your eyeballs, get on your feet, stand on up. We are going to do a big idea. Are you ready?
Yeah.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Oh, that was fun. Now, sit down, sit up straight and tall. I'm gonna eat these chips, and you are gonna have fun in group. But first, let's see what your campus leader has to say.